Is we should turn off that music. There we go. Sorry about that. Good morning, Lauren. How are you?
Good morning. Great. How about yourself?
Not too bad. It's been a pretty nice morning so far. Man, the weather, except for the storms we had, we need more rain, of course,
Mhm.
and we hope the rain doesn't really affect any of the events that is happening in the Spooner area. But let's get right into this. There's a lot happening right now,
Right
yesterday
now,
and
yes.
today. Yeah, so let's talk about the rodeo that's in town.
Yeah, the rodeo is here every year, and it has just been crazy how much response we've had this year. I just got word before I got on the air this morning that now both Friday and Saturday night are sold out, but there's still
Oh,
plenty of things to do here in the Spooner area around the
wow.
rodeo as well.
Yeah. How many years has the rodeo been going on?
69 years. So next year it'll be the 70th anniversary, which is exciting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people come from all over the country to see it. It's really cool to see how fast the tickets went this year and how much people enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, talk a little bit about the rodeo itself and the rodeo royalty and different activities since it's sold out. Maybe people are expecting, what can they expect when they get there?
Well, the show every night is the same with different riders, so the winning ride can happen really any night. So there's also the rodeo queen, Gloria Stumpf of Spooner here, the rodeo princess, Lila Smith of Turtle Lake, and even Miss Teen Rodeo Wisconsin, Ashley Johnson is here this year. There's also trick riders, Shayla, Lana, and Clara Navarre, and they are amazing. They're young, but they do these crazy dangerous stunts, and it's really impressive.
Yeah. I was just reading here too. Tonight and tomorrow night at 6:30, there's a nickel scramble. What is that?
So every year they put $300 of nickels throughout the rodeo arena, and kids line up at the gates beforehand around 6:15, and they break them up into age groups, and then they have so long to go around and find all the nickels every year. It's fun
That
to
must
watch
be,
the scramble.
yeah, right. Do they just leave them on the surface of the dirt, or do they kind of step on them and make sure that they're hidden a little bit?
I think both. They had them all over the arena, and that's a lot of nickels, $300.
Yeah, it's like I don't know how many nickels that would make, but man, that's pretty cool. And then
Yeah.
there's a mutton busting.
Yes, and this is popular every year. So if your child would be interested in this, I suggest you try and sign them up for next year already. But again, they split them up into age groups and they try to ride instead of a bull, a woolly, they call it the sheep. So
Yeah,
it's pretty funny. They hang on for dear life, and some of them are really great at it. They have a great time with it.
I've seen video of that. It's just funny to watch these kids hang out. It's almost like, well, I don't know if they do grease pigs at the rodeo, but that's even funnier is to try to hang
Oh,
on to a grease pig.
hmm. The
Yeah,
kids have such a good time with it. So it's a really popular event to try and become one of the people that is chosen every year for that in the area.
yeah. Well, tomorrow is the big parade. Let's talk a little bit about that. What's happening on the parade and road closures. We got to talk about the road closures that are happening.
Oh, and there's no road closures in Spooner here right now, but with all the traffic right now, we really suggest that people try and get to their spots early because the streets line really fast. Last year there were road closures and we had to move the parade to a different route. But it is back on North River Street, Highway 63, right out my
Mhm.
window here, and starts uptown and ends just right where we are here at
Yeah.
Fines.
Yes, I guess I'm reading here it starts at Poplar Street
Yep.
and then goes all the way down to Highway 70. And so that'll start at noon. And where's the staging area is where?
The staging area is just a block over on Summit. for the people that are in the parade, and I think they're lining up quite early. So
Yeah, I think it's staging starts at 10 o'clock.
yeah.
So where is the traffic that would be on 63? How is that being rerouted to get around Spooner?
Well, we're really lucky about that. We have two streets that are directly parallel to Highway 63 and River Street.
Yeah.
So Front Street and Summit Street will both be open to travel.
Okay.
And to access those other businesses, you can pull up to 63 to park, but so there's
Yeah.
still a little bit of parking there for people as well.
Sure.
But yeah.
And I think there's a major bypass if people really need to go around Spooner completely on the north end by that old amusement park. They can take, I forget the name of that street, and then that goes out by the high school and around and connects to 70 on the south end.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. And there's also a way to, if you are traveling southbound, to get around in Spooner too. So we're really lucky that we have access streets there and that the businesses are still accessible during that rodeo time, because it's a busy time for them as well here.
Yeah. And then still part of the rodeo is the Stampede 5K walk and run. When is that, and what's the pathway for that?
That is tomorrow morning, and it is benefiting our Rails on Trails here in Spooner. And they do a lot of cross country skiing and biking. They have a great trail that they put up a trailhead for at Spooner City Park the other year. And it's 5K run walk that happens every year with the rodeo. And this year at 8:30, they're lining up right behind the Spooner Civic Center and starting from there.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, so a big weekend there. And then you get enough to take a breath and say, okay, now what's happening the rest of the month after the
Yeah.
rodeo's done? You got some more activities. Let's talk about that.
Oh, yeah. We have, well, as always, the Washburn County Fair is very popular. They have a carnival for kids, livestock, crafts, different things. The Dweeps are coming again this year, which is really fun, singing kind of interactive group with the kids. So they have a lot of things going on there this year.
And let's see here. What's the Wonka Tea Party?
Yes, that is at Spooner Library. And I believe, yep, the 22nd. They are inviting everybody to dress up in their finest, even the parents coming with the kiddos. And they're going to have a tea party. You can take your picture in front of a nice setting, and every kid goes home with a little rose. So it's really, really cute and fun. I suggest if you want to try that, you can go to spoonerlibrary.org or .com.
Yeah. And that starts July 22nd at 1 o'clock. And then, as you mentioned, the Washburn County Fair starts July 27th through the 30th. And then we get into August, early August, and then the annual Jack Pine Savage Days.
Yes, and that's a really big one for the chamber every year. We have a great committee that helps us put everything together and really have the greatest events. We have axe throwing booth, we have a vintage car show, we have sporting tournaments, live music every night. It's a lot of fun.
Wow. You got your hands full.
You know, it's a great time in Spooner. We always love the summer here.
Well, did we miss anything? It seems like it was a lot of stuff to talk about, and we just kind of flew right through it. But I don't know if I'm looking at the information you sent, and I thought, oh my goodness, there's 2 pages of events and activities, but not so much. Didn't have to get so much into the details, but just to let people know there's activities. My goodness, just about every week in July. We're not in January yet, and then beginning in August with the 30th annual Jack Pine Savage Days, August 4th through the 5th. And there's a separate website for that. What's the website address?
It's jackpinesavagedays.com. And they have a whole list of the schedule of events right on their homepage.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then where can people find general information about what's happening in Spooner?
You can go right to the Chamber's homepage at spoonerchamber.org, and we have a community calendar right on that page that you can go ahead months and plan your trips for the future. So we'll always have our information on the latest happenings in Spooner there.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad that we were able to connect this month. We'll do it again next month. Lauren Hartwig from the Spooner Area Chamber of Commerce. Thank you so much for being on WOJB.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
You too.